it can start if we can get through the clap and we don't lose Ryan. So
Yeah, we all got the clap. So, welcome to Torchlit Tavern. My name is Jameson Oxford. We are a real play 5th edition sorry.
welcome back to Torchlit Tavern. Oh God, what are we? We are a real play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition podcast. We focus on storytelling or some shit. I am Jameson Oxford, your master of Goliaths. I think today we're gonna learn about. I'm gonna be your
history
shepherd.
teacher.
No, I'm your shepherd, because we're going to learn a little bit about hentai today, which has been touched.
I can't wait to learn all about hentai.
Yeah, hentai.
Yeah.
We're going to learn some the life of the hentai shepherd.
Yes.
Wait, what kind of setting are we in? Because I need to light a candle.
My day has come.
You're in like a prairie, like rolling tundra or plains.
What kind of candle, right?
Fields of grass.
I've got candles from Cantrip Candles.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, are we plugging a thing that isn't giving us money?
We are going to plug a thing that isn't giving us money, because why not?
All
It's a
right.
black-owned business. They're very good. They're out in LA, and they're great. They make nice little cool candles that you can light during your D&D session, and it'll smell like the setting you're in.
Tell me, after this session is over, Ryan, I want you to tell us if it made this fun. Let's see how powerful these candles really are.
I mean, I'm playing with you guys, so it won't be fun, but the room will smell nice.
Okay, well, I can settle for that.
Okay.
They have a D20 in them, right?
Fucking rude.
The big ones do, yeah, but I've got a little sampler pack, so I can
I want to get a big one. I want a D20 covered in wax.
Who
Oh
wants
yeah,
it?
it's tight. And they're metal, so they're fucking dope.
To my left.
Hi, it is your herd shep. It's hard to do that one reversed. It's Randall playing Dylan once
You really
again.
shouldn't do sheep reversed, bud. You shouldn't do sheep at all.
I mean, the Scottish did, and they turned out alright.
Did they?
Reverse Shepherd. I've never heard of that one. Is that?
It's where the sheep's
How do
on
you-
top.
I thought that was called Mass Effect.
Hey,
Fem Shep.
fam shep.
Don't give him props when you should be introducing yourself.
I tried it, and you fuckers wanted to talk about fucking sheep. Okay.
No, we talked about sheep fucking you.
And I mean, you really opened the door on that one. So, like,
Yeah, the barn door.
I want you to experience that silence that you guys just should have deserved.
I
'Cause that's-
basked in it.
God damn it. So I'm playing Dylan, I guess the new kind of leader, kind of democratic leader. I don't know how that
Not
works.
the leader we wanted, but the leader we
Say it
deserved.
with your chest.
I want to, but the thing is, that's kind of how we establish it. Is like, this guy kind of leads, but at the same time we vote, but we kind of don't. So it's like, okay, I'm kind of important. And I am
Look,
totally
it's what
okay.
Trump's supposed to do, which is listen to other fucking people.
How dare you? Anyways, to my left.
To his left, it's me. It's Ryan. And I play Roy. I am a small halfling rogue warlock.
Are you?
And I
thought
can
you were a
see
gorilla.
that not Mitch, that Bruce's heels are cracked.
Bruce's heels are cracked?
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
he's-
cracked.
he's
And
so
why can I
short.
say that? Because I can see them.
What does that mean?
It means that I'm short and you're very tall.
No, I mean the heels are cracked phrase. That's new to me.
Oh, don't Google
just
it.
means
It
that you
doesn't
need
look
lotion.
pretty.
It just means you need to
I
add
know
lotion
what
to
it
your old
is.
heels.
Oh, that took a second.
Okay.
And to my left,
Is confused about the intricacies of your social commentary because that's not shit I know. And my name is Mitch. I play Bruce. I'm the podcast dad on the podcast dad to all these podcast kids without dads, except Grimm. Grimm doesn't need a dad. He's a strong, independent, whatever the hell he is. He's solid.
He's the dad to Evan.
The one that you don't
This
think
week,
needs a
we're
dad is
gonna be-
probably the one who needs a dad.
We're gonna be jumping back into Bruce's backstory and maybe...
Gasp.
No, we're just gonna fucking play sports ball. It's great. Hintars!
And
Jeff, go.
We're just going to play fantasy
Hell
sports
yeah.
from this point on. We decided the rest of this shit's too heavy, especially for 2020.
But unlike 2020.
hell yeah, fantasy sports. Next, we tackle fantasy wrestling.
Yeah, we're going with another Goliath sport. This one's called Hentar Polo, and you ride Hentar while smacking a large stone with big sticks.
you legit cannot say hentai without me thinking of hentai.
That's fine.
It's
Yeah.
just hentai, right?
Ryan, I just want you to think of hentai and hentai at the same time.
And
Yeah.
Jeff.
Hell yeah. This
throws
week,
garbage.
we try to eat the concept of hedonism. And to your
Loading screen.
Goliath-loving son of a gun side is Jeff. And once again, I'm reprising my role as the gentleman, the skeleton, Mr. Grimm.
Toot, motherfucking toot.
All right. And let us get ready to crack into it. But give me a second.
There's gum on the bottom of these tables.
Ooh, gum.
Ooh, I'll clean it.
No. I've got it.
You just have to undo this knot.
I mean, if you
What
guys move the
have we
tables, I
learned?
could just walk under there and get them.
Oh, my God.
That's true. Here, I'll give you the scraper. You start the bottoms, I'll start the tops. Let's start cleaning these fucking tables.
All right.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's so good to hear from you. And by hear from you, of course, I mean we are still here and we're for you. So I guess maybe we're here for you, not from you. And it's good to be here for you. We, of course, want to thank you so much for tuning in and being so supportive of our shenanigans. Don't often know why, but glad that you're here. Glad you enjoy. And if you enjoy, feel free to share, like, subscribe, comment, review, rate. Do all of it. Do any number of those things. And we'll just love your faces for it. And let me tell you, there's a ton of places you can do some of those things.
Do it.
And let me tell you about them. All right. First of all, there's a Facebook. What's the Facebook?
That's facebook.com/Torchlit Tavern.
There's a Twitter? What's the Twitter?
That's at Torchlit Tavern.
We got an Instagram even. What about the Instagram?
I do believe that is also at Torchlit Tavern.
Hey, and you know that one gets a little weird, but we have fun. We've got a website. Tell them about the website.
Holy crock.
That's torchlittavern.com, Jeff.
No way. And on that website, you could find tons of other things, as well as probably a link to our Patreon if you want to go that extra mile. You know what I'm saying? That little bit, that one step beyond. And if you want to go there, tell them exactly where they got to go to get to that.
That's patreon.com/Torchlit Tavern.
Shit, damn. It's so easy. It's like it's all the same words with different things. You can just throw us into the Google and you'll figure out how to get in touch with us. And we'd love you too. Like I said, share, rate, subscribe, all that stuff. Tell your friends. Hey, we've even got a hashtag. Tell them what the hashtag is.
That's hashtag Torchlit Tavern.
It's so easy. So once again, we want to thank you for being here in these troubling times. I know that it ain't what it normally was, but we're glad to have you here anyway. Let's crack into this show.
Yes, indeed. We'll crack into this show like Grimm's back after being struck by the stone.
Oh,
yeah.
And it needs a good crack.
Yeah, C4, Goliath unnamed. I'm open to names. Last time on Torchlit Tavern, the boys came across what appeared to be a Goliath warband. But though these giant kin seemed aggressive, it was all in the name of sportsmanship, as they challenged our boys to a game of Stone, the giant precursor to the Griffinport game of Dylan's youth. And you guys played a stunning game, stunning but brief game of Stone, which is a Goliath sport similar to American football or rugby. In the end, you guys managed to score 7 points due to your magic and Roy's ability to turn into a big, great ape that could actually outmuscle some of these Goliaths. And after scoring, some of the young Goliaths on the other team got a little bit rough. In the name of squashing any ill will, Roger ended the game and sent you guys into deliberations. And that was essentially the end of the first half of Stone. The second half begins now. I don't know. That's where we are. It's time for Mitch's favorite part of the game of Stone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like I said, we won. That's it. Thanks. Good game, though. I really, you all really did great. Especially you, C2.
I want to agree with you. I really do. I think it was an amazing score that you guys made in this unsanctioned game as we started with. We did give you a belt that helped, and you used magic, which is kind of, it's not against the rules, but I mean, we weren't using our full suite of abilities. So
if you recall
that's neither here nor there. That's not actually what I'm going to argue. What I'm going to argue is So look, we allowed the magic. That's one thing, but Roy, right? That's your name, kid.
I wave.
Cool. Are you a gorilla still? All right, sorry,
No.
that's a DM question. Are you a gorilla still?
No, I'm back to. I am a halfling.
Okay. Yeah, so the one who agreed to the game was this halfling named Roy, but we ended up fighting gorilla. So that means, like, you didn't play with the players that were brought to the table. So that seems a little suspect. And how do we know that you didn't, like, swap players? You know, it could have been some weird magic. So what do you say about that?
I totally understand where you're coming from, but before the stone was in motion, he had turned into the gorilla, so you saw the players on the field before the game started.
Yeah, but I didn't change after the whistle or anything. I don't know if there was a whistle.
It's stone in motion, Roy. It's stone in motion.
Roger, he gets this. He's like, oh, well, this is a good point. It's a good point. But there's like this gleam in his eye, like he just came up to the first worthy opponent he's ever seen in his life, Bruce. And I don't really want to spend 20 minutes arguing over one score, but that's what
happens.
Yeah, that's what happens. In fact, it could take 2 hours unless one of you guys stops it, because these Goliaths are down to argue with you for the next day.
I don't know if Roy would be down to argue for 2 hours straight. I think he might start stabbing people.
Jay?
Yeah.
About 10 minutes in or so, Dylan's made tea and is serving it to the Goliaths and everyone. I rolled 19 on my making tea.
That's the precursor, basically, that argument about the actual score, and then it starts to just sort of walk itself backward through every pass and play to make sure that the score was actually worth 7 points. Because even though you guys have decided that, yes, you did score, we're now going to re-justify every pass and interception to see if you actually scored 7 points, because not only does the winning of the game matters, but the precise score does as well.
Yeah, Dylan's handing cups of tea or mugs in the Goliaths' cases.
Are we just standing in one place while we're doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely not. I'm definitely behind a tree digging up a hole right now and chuckling because I found shit.
What? Oh, God. Oh, there we go.
The joke that continues for two more episodes now.
I'm gonna politely request that we go literally anywhere else than this fucking field as Grimm.
Wait. So you want to leave the field, so you're gonna forfeit?
Fuck it, I'm leaving. Well, if we don't leave here, I'm going to leave. And you know what?
Neither a forfeiture
Forcefully,
nor abdication,
one of you is coming with me.
because we have entered the second phase.
No, but if you guys don't have the argument, then
I volunteer to go run with the skeleton.
Well, if you, it's like it says in the second half, but you can't just walk away from the field. That means that you're abdicating the deliberations, and if
We
I
have
get
to go
do the
pee.
deliberations on my own,
Well, we aren't abdicating deliberations. He has things that he needs to do.
Hold on.
The team has
If you
to be
leave the-
on the field. It's not an abdication. It's only an abdication
so,
while
hold
on.
Stone
Oh
in
my
play.
Hey, if you leave the field, deliberation's over, is what you're saying.
I'm looking
Well,
up
so he alleges, but it's not constrained to be that way.
silence as a spell.
Oh, perfect.
What is the silence
What
spell?
Grimm does is he walks
Wait.
over and he dimension doors the Roger as far away as he can possibly muster. Just he goes to the very edges of dimension door, but just
How
down
far
the
is
line so
that?
he could see them.
What is the silence
Excuse me. Do you? Yeah, you've been saying that quietly, Randall. Say if you're casting a spell, I need to hear it.
I need to check if I can. Sorry.
Yeah, and if you have the silence spell, let me know. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and let the dimension door go. So I'm gonna roll ahead a Constitution check for Roger here. He rolled a 18 plus. I'm sure it's more than 20 because he's a giant, and you just hear him yelling back, "I can still yell loud enough to argue."
Bruce throws off the booming voice thaumaturgy that the Eye of Magog grants him. Well, now who left the field, Roger?
I've never seen anyone play dirty pool at deliberations.
First time for everything.
Dylan's going through all his books. I can't cast a fucking silence spell.
I
God.
think we can agree that staying on the field isn't significant.
Rias, do you need to win? You guys seem really impatient. Is there somewhere you need to be?
Well,
We're trying to make our way slightly closer to... Fuck, what's the name of that city? we have a little bit of time to kill, but I'm just tired of standing here.
Look,
I can't anymore.
we're all into arguing over who won this game, but if you got somewhere to be, we win.
It was us.
That's
We
good
won.
for us. So
It's simple. It's clean.
yeah.
Dylan's handing out jerky to everyone.
I see. You're sending me mixed messages here because you either have something more important to do, and winning this game isn't that big a deal, or we won and you can go on your day.
As soon as we address that we won that engagement in complete fairness, then yes, we can all move about our day.
Dylan pulls out his bedroll and his teddy bear. We're gonna be here for.
Look over at Dylan and ask him if he has any orange slices because he's become less of the leader and more of the team mom.
Look,
And Roy probably needs the orange slices.
I pull out a bag of grapes. Is this good?
Are they? You know what? It's perfect.
Are they
and
raisins
I freeze
yet?
No, because I take them in my hand and I freeze them because I prefer mine frozen.
Hey. All right.
Roll me wisdom, Bruce.
I can, in theory, do that. I have found my dice after being missing for a year, and it has rewarded my loyalty with a 2. I'm not gonna look what I add to that.
It's not much.
I think it's like 3, but yeah, it's not enough.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Dylan's gonna step in if this keeps going.
Bruce uses his booming voice to call back to Roger. Well, I think we can all agree that neither team was operating at full capacity, so I'm gonna say that I'm willing to take a score of 4.
He looks at Rias. He's like, well,
I teleported him 500 feet away. In case you're curious.
he's rolling up. Yeah, no, he's rolling up this whole time, and if you do, like, he gets closer, and he's starting to talk, like, not have to yell.
And then he just goes back 500
Yeah,
feet
I mean,
away.
do you do it again? Is that what you're saying?
No, I can't do it again.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna.
He's rolling
If
up.
I could, I would. But
Anyway, I suppose that's fair, but because we do have somewhere to be. We've got ourselves a Quake to get to.
A what?
Who is it?
Dylan's under a table.
One of the elders of the village. We're on our way out of the area. We're heading away from Santitas, but we're not far from here. If you guys do want some food and a celebration, you guys are welcome.
I think it'd be a good time for learning for these youngins.
I've never heard him flummoxed.
so many things to correct all at once. Let's start with this. Let's fuck all the corrections. Why do you look like you? And I point to Rias, and then I point to Bruce.
Why does Rias look
You can't just ask people why they look like what they look like.
well,
I can ask anybody anything.
We're born.
No. Don't get into some bullshit about how you're the same race. I mean specifically, you look like you. You don't look like you. And I point from Rias to Roger.
Rias looks
But
at
you
Roger.
do look like you.
Rias looks at Bruce.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Bruce looks at Grimm. Bruce looks at Rias. Bruce doesn't have a mirror, so Bruce doesn't look at Bruce. Bruce looks at Roger. Yeah, I mean, you didn't really carry much resemblance, but what's the point?
All right, hey, Grimm, I understand you want to ask a lot. Can we just get to where they want to go so we can get out of this field in open terrain, feeling very...
Oh, no, absolutely. Let's go. Move.
Okay, thank you.
No, come on.
Thank you.
Move your feet or I will kill you. Go, let's
As
go.
you guys continue, Rias gets this weird look on his face. Roger just sort of shakes his head, and then Roger continues arguing unofficially with Bruce about the ruling and things as you guys travel. You guys travel for a while because Goliath feet and stride cannot measure distance appropriately, so it's a little further than they told you.
You travel about 100 Goliath yards.
Yeah, you guys pass a few fields, and you notice other Goliaths standing amidst these very large chicken-like beasts that Dylan could probably fucking ride one. That's how big they are. It seems to be half horse, half chicken.
That's weird.
A hentar.
It's like a centaur, but made all out of hen.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's like a chicken with 2 asses.
I finally understand what a hentar is. Okay, cool.
Wow.
Sobobos, Sobobos is about to be in for his fucking money because I get a mount now.
The entire time that Bruce and Roger are arguing, Grimm is like fucking suffering in the back. He's like, "Oh God, please shut up, shut up, shut up."
You think you're mad?
Like the entire time.
Look, Grimm, I'm sorry, Grimm. This is.
You think you're upset? I'm over here dragging my feet when I could be getting carried by one of these tall
This is
people.
an important part of the sport. It is an essential phase of the game.
I thought the phase was over. Why are we still doing it? This is unofficial now.
Avil is
Can you-
100% with Jeff at the end of the convoy, just fucking bitching with him.
What?
Just,
Wait.
just straight up.
They're bonding. Real quick,
Yeah,
though.
no, they're
gonna
bonding
look-
over this irritation.
I heard what Roy said, so I gotta look at Roy. He's like, "Hey, you want to piggyback ride? I know this is a long ass walk, and you're better over short, quick distances."
I look at him and go, "I could throw you so far.
Okay,
You want to be thrown?"
we turned it into that.
I imagine Roy and Bruce at this point just have like the toddler upsies thing where Roy just like tugs on Bruce's boot and Bruce doesn't even think about it, just like scoops him.
All right, so we're just gonna skip over that moment.
Yeah, I fucking love that image, but damn.
I just look at each of them one by one very slowly, and then I walk over to Bruce and I tug on him.
He does grabby hands up.
Oh my god.
I was
And then
trying
he
to have
puts
like
him
a
in the. He puts him in the backpack by accident, or the thing by accident, and they switch places
and then I carry
Switch
both
places.
of them.
in a hilarious turn of events.
Just Avil and Grimm just fucking glaring
Done.
at you for being
Just done.
happy right now. Yeah. So as you guys are traveling, Rias, you see Rias kind of like you catch him more than once since you've mentioned it. He is staring at Bruce, and Roger has turned the conversation away from Stone finally. It doesn't seem that either one of you has... You know what? No, never mind. Let's roll a charisma check. Bruce, who won?
I did.
I got a 12.
All right, Bruce is passed. I call back to you. Give my boy a win. That's a flat 15.
That's okay. So congratulations, you guys. You guys won. Stone. Roger finally
I already
changes
know
the subject. Yeah. No, you didn't.
But
No,
now
you
it's
didn't.
official, Roy. See, it's the game's not over until the second phase is complete.
We won the game. No, fuck that second phase. We won. I scored.
Hey,
Grim
You
takes
didn't. You
his
didn't
time.
score. You're won.
All
You're
right,
won,
Roy.
Roy.
You know what? All right, fuck it, Grimm. Throw me. I just want away. I've been trying. I
Yeet
want
me off
away.
a fucking cliff.
Just go.
Grim will absolutely throw you.
Roger
Done and done.
Roger
is like, so, now we've handled that very important business. What's up with your eye?
Cataracts maybe. I don't know. It seems okay. Bruce rubs his good eye and then blinks a little bit.
The
Grim goes up to Rias as he's noticed he started looking back and forth, and he just starts planting the seeds of doubt. Don't you look an awful lot like him? So strange you've never looked like Roger. Wasn't he supposed to be your father?
He is my father.
Quite odd, isn't it?
Excuse me.
Who's your mother?
What are you getting at?
Merely that it doesn't make sense, does it?
I imagine it makes more sense than you're trying to.
It may very well make more sense, but well.
I'm not sure what your point is.
I walk out from behind Grimm as Small Grimm, and I look at him, and I'm like, a lot of things don't make sense.
Dylan's being chased by Hentars.
Oh God, it's the end of Villain.
Dylan tried to pet a hentar, nearly lost a finger, and now he's running away.
Yeah, luckily
No,
that
these are domestic hentars. They just sort of stare soullessly at you and blink slowly.
There is one bull hentar that is chasing you, and it is immediately clubbed by one of the tall Goliaths that you guys have passed. He is carrying the same stick that your goalies were using during the game, and he just hits it on top of the head with the club end, and it just immediately goes into the dead-eyed stare that the rest of the hentar have.
Dylan just gives a quick nod of appreciation and runs back to his group, covered in mud from where he landed, and just goes, "So, don't throw me again."
Oh, but it was so much fun.
It was, but it didn't end well, and I think I just gave brain damage to a hentard. I don't feel good about it.
The shepherd just sort of smiles and waves.
See? I don't feel good about that.
Grimm politely waves back.
I wave back because I don't want to get hit by the club.
Don't worry about it, Dylan.
Dylan cleans himself off.
Yeah, the whole rest of the trip, the whole rest of the trip there, again, and we don't have to keep doing the whole role-playing thing. Grimm is just sort of like poking the idea that he looks an awful lot like Bruce. Or Sakir.
Roll. Give me. What do you want? What do you want, man? Roll. Give me a skill. What do you want to learn? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, roll a frustration check.
Yeah. Like, what are you trying to do? What do you want to know? What are you trying to accomplish?
Honestly, Grimm's just having fun with the guy. He doesn't know if he's related, but it does look like they're related.
Roll insight.
And he saw that he was questioning himself and his whole life, and why not poke that?
Because it's a dick thing to do.
After a while, I think Dylan's gonna walk over, but I'll let him do his
roll
thing.
insight.
Insight. All right, cool. That's one of the things I'm good at. I think I had like a +7 to my insight.
Rookie numbers.
Yeah, well, shut. You know what? Shetty.
Shut up, you
numbers.
fucking detective.
Just because I'm not a rogue and I don't get to fucking double my goddamn
A real fucking
proficiency.
investigator would have stats like Bruce pulling in a solid 3.
You're right. If they're paladins,
Insight 20. Not natural.
You as you poke him, you kind of realize that initially he seemed a little bit upset at this concept, but as you keep poking him, you're realizing that he's more upset that you're poking at it than he is by what it might mean. He's getting way more irritated with you than the idea.
Eventually, I'd leave it alone then.
At some point, Grimm remembers the boulder being crushed into his spine from earlier and goes, maybe.
Dylan.
No, Grimm just doesn't want to have to kill this poor boy.
All right, I'll just. Yeah, never mind.
Go ahead.
This resolved itself. I'll just let it go.
You don't want to interact? Okay.
No, it resolved itself before I could do anything. So.
Okay. I'm sure that'll come up again. You guys come to what looks
shut the fuck up, Jay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We were having a conversation. We got sidetracked. I've been waiting. We can call back to that. This is Magog or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
No shit, boy. You're an old. Your name's Sakir, right?
It's definitely Magog, Bruce.
We fucking know.
I recognized it.
Well, I mean, it's not like all of Magog, obviously.
Well, it's not the Gog half.
Rogers, is this fucking bone boy really telling us about our religion right now?
I mean, he's met, he's encountered Magog before.
I tip my hat and smile.
I'm not gonna say he's not what he looks like, because I definitely found myself in a bit of bad news since I run into him. But
you're walking with the literal manifestation of bad luck, yeah? Uh-huh.
I think that these things are fey, not undead. That's what I learned. So we should update that when we teach people.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something we even need to bother doing. Ain't nobody gonna listen to me anyway.
Bruce just gets that, yeah, me too, look on his face.
Yeah. So what brings you guys? What brings you boys out here, and what brings you home?
I'm
Your name's Secure, right? I'm not wrong.
No, you're right.
I knew you when I was a little boy, maybe 20.
Oh, okay, all right. I was gonna say I didn't recognize your face, but you've done a lot of growing since then.
Oh yeah, too much growing.
Played a lot of stone.
Probably.
How old were you when you knew him, Bruce?
Well, if he was 20 when I left,
Bruce
you're gonna make me do math.
Bruce is about
60.
the right age to take. He was about to take over chieftainship. Just old enough, I think, at the time.
But I was coming up on it, but I was a bit young, I think.
60. We wanted you to take chieftainship before, I believe, but you left.
Well, let me just check my calendar here, because I think technically I left a few years before.
You know that age is about maturity.
Well, to a degree.
Yeah, okay.
But we also got our rules. So Bruce left 72 years ago. Bruce is 108 years old. That's math.
That's
Does
36.
everything
You were a
turn
little young.
into...
Yeah, you were 38.
Yeah.
36.
You are the exact age, more or less, that I've made Rias.
Rias is a little older than Bruce was.
But not by much.
Yeah. No, I was a bit young.
Yeah.
Does everything have to turn into an argument here? God.
Have you met our group?
Yeah. When all you have to do is argue about inane shit, you know, if the times are good. Times have not always been good lately. That's why we're moving. But right now, we're in a good mood. So yeah, we argue, we bicker.
We discuss.
It's all about figuring out who's right and who's up in the hierarchy. You know, do you know anything about giants, boy?
Not much. I wouldn't lie to you. I've seen Magog and Gog.
What?
And
Yeah, you said that before. What the
the
fuck? You mean you've seen our gods?
This is the gentleman skeleton, Mr.
What does that mean to me?
That's his title.
About the same thing it means to me. Not much.
what it means, sirs, is that I'm from Fae,
Oh,
and
Oh yeah, that bit.
that is where your deities live.
huh.
Or deity, I don't care how you wish to see it.
Your take on, you know.
You're like touching on some like faith, and he's like kind of, I don't,
If you think so.
No, I know so. I'm
Okay.
guaranteeing you this. Let me tell you, I don't know. I'm sure you don't know anything about Fae, but I can promise you this. And if I promise, it means something.
No, he's right. If he promises it, it does mean something.
Okay.
He's a pathological type.
Oh, pathological type.
and he like looks at Grimm and he winks.
I don't know if they know what
Grimm,
that word means.
yeah, Grimm, gets a slightly puzzled look on his face and winks back.
Oh god, he does a skeleton wing to them?
All of the Goliaths see this and all cringe and like lift one leg like an elephant seeing a fucking mouse. Anyway, we're here, and you guys have come to what looks like it's like a series of yurts. These are buildings that are designed to be broken down and taken with you. They have set up in a big circle, and it looks like they're getting ready for a party.
Like we said, hey, you had that mask, right?
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
You should probably put your bag back on, Grimm.
You freaked me the fuck out. We had a good game together, and that gives me a lot of respect for you and all. But if you could put that on, because you're gonna freak people out if you don't mind.
Certainly. And he reaches into his hat, pulls the mask out, and shoves it on his face, puts the hat back on his head.
Thank you. The closest thing to what you look like in our culture is a bad omen, undead, sign of bad. You're just bad news, my friend. Bad news.
He knows. I told him when we first met. But so far, it ain't been wrong.
You ain't died yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, well that's good. Good.
Not technically, no, he hasn't died.
Dylan
Not
sweats.
God damn it, boy! You trying to make things worse?
Dylan
He
just
was
sweats
in
so
hell at
bad.
one point.
God damn it! Don't tell me no more.
But he beat the shit out of a bunch of devils and walked back.
Fuck. Yeah, that sound like Magog shit. I'm gonna go talk to our shaman, and you guys get to know everybody, and we'll talk a little bit. I think my shaman wants to talk to you, Sakir.
All right. Well, I'll be here. Where's the host?
That'd be that man over there.
And you guys look over, and this decrepit old Goliath who's very thin. He's got that like old
Geriatric.
skinny old man body, but on a Goliath, so he's still like fucking 8 feet hunched. And he's got like he's using a hentar crook, and he's cackling at a piece of cake as if it just said the funniest shit he's ever heard.
That over there is dinner. Sorry.
Whoa, Whoa!
Wow, I didn't expect
You
the Goliath culture just took a weird turn.
His name is Denier.
If that's too odd.
Oh.
Oh.
The accent was weird. Sorry.
All of us just collectively went, we gotta go.
It's like getting invited to the KKK rally because you were all white and you didn't realize till you got there.
No, it's like getting invited to a cannibal cookout, and they're like,
Yeah.
how do you taste with barbecue sauce? It's like, I gotta go.
There ain't no meat on him. He wouldn't be good.
Yeah, that
He
was the
wouldn't be good
last
eating.
thing I was expecting, but I got very excited all of a sudden.
Roy is something called short ribs.
And he realized just the other day that it's time for him to go to the mountain. He got that warning, and you know how it's secure. So he's the one we're having a party for.
I remember him. He was not that much older than me.
Yeah. Times are hard lately. It took a toll on some of our elderly.
How'd his stone turn out? I know he was playing pretty hard when I left.
Oh fuck! I think he's about to pass.
And at that moment, I need everyone to roll a dex check as pieces of cake start getting thrown at you guys.
What kind of check, sorry?
No.
So that's a 15.
What kind of
I
check
don't hear
was
no
that?
other dice.
A dex.
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 Dex
20, not natural.
Check or save?
Save.
Oh, thank God.
That was a 15, but Bruce is trying to intercept.
Okay.
9.
The piece of cake heads straight for Dylan's face, and you put your hand down and catch it, Bruce, just in time, and you just hear the old man. I still got it.
That's a 20 to hurl it back.
It was a 22 dex from me, by
You
the way.
nailed this old man in the
okay.
face with a piece of cake. And he just comes to like this dead stop in his laugh. And he stares forward and he wipes the cake out of his eyes and he goes, "Good pass!" And he starts running up to me.
I like this one.
There's more of them.
There's always more.
No, there's more like Bruce.
Wow, you guys are the smallest, weak little Goliaths I've ever seen in my life.
How's it going, Denier?
I'm not a Goliath dinner.
Good. It's good. You're not a Goliath. Why are you at my Quake?
I was
They're
invited.
with me.
Good.
Oh, it's a
good.
pleasure to
If you
be
were
here.
uninvited, I'd have to throw you out.
They're my new family. And we just got ourselves done playing a game of Stone.
Yeah, we kicked your
Can't
plan's
imagine
ass.
you'd be interested in that kind of thing. You know.
Denier glares at Rias.
Did you guys sneak away from my party to go play Stone without me?
Yo, you're
Bruce
on.
hands him a cannonball.
Oh no!
You better
Get
run,
off
boy. I'm gonna get you good. And Rias just starts to back away with his hands up, and he gets about 10 feet away and turns and runs. He's trying to get away.
You can get him.
Cannonball clips the side of someone's home as Rias dives behind it.
And it returns to Denier's hand,
And it
right?
returns to Denier's hand, and Denier looks at it like, "Oh my god! By God! Can I keep this?"
I'll let you keep it for the night, but I'm gonna need it before you go.
Oh, well, I'll give it back before the end of tonight, then, because that's probably as long as I got.
Alrighty.
Oh God.
This party just became a lethal encounter.
Dylan takes the dodge action.
And that's how the
Have
party got wiped. A
Have-
geriatric Goliath with a cannonball of returning. Cackling like a madman.
Back on track. So you guys are basically what happens is you realize that this is they're calling it a Quake, but it's a wake. It's a Goliath wake, but there's something strange that you guys kind of gather as you mingle. That they're having the funeral for somebody who's still alive because somehow he seems to know it's his time.
There is something strange in this neighborhood. I don't know who I'm gonna call.
What you mean?
Do you guys own a mountain? Is that?
Well, nobody owns mountains, Dylan. Some men are foolish and think they do, but nobody owns mountains. But we have a mountain. It is, well, the stories aren't real clear, but it's like the home of our spirit. And Bruce points off in a direction towards the mountain you can't see because it's dark. It's over that way. I guarantee you've seen it when we've been looking around. Maybe not when we was in the woods. I'll point it out to you again tomorrow. But it's where our people go when it's our time.
Okay, I just heard mountain and was wondering what that entailed.
It's like a graveyard, Dylan. The dead don't own the graveyard, but they're all there.
Okay.
So is there like actual graves there? Do you like? Is there a hole that Dinner is just gonna walk into later?
Rios, who's sneaking around a cart.
Well, no, he's... Daenerys, he's over there! Get him!
Is he to be eaten by other beasts? That's one of my favorite
Maybe.
death rituals.
We come into this world against our will, kicking and screaming, but we leave this world on our terms when our time comes. We go to our place of rest, and that's where we stay, forever.
Interesting.
So, how do you know when it's time?
You just... Well, I don't think humans have it, Dylan, because I've seen y'all drop dead in the streets, but, we just know.
Yeah, okay.
Like, if you get yourself dead, then obviously you ain't gonna know. If somebody stabs you and whatnot, but, when your time comes, we just know.
So, what you're saying is that no Goliath just drops dead for no reason?
Very rarely. Occasionally, like, heart attacks and things. Couple, every now and then someone get got by one of them bull hentars. You're not getting careful. But, for the most part, Goliaths come and go as nature dictates.
Roger rolls up.
We're pretty hardy people. We don't typically get taken out by casual disease. Like he said, things happen to people. Sometimes you take a lot of damage or something, just drop dead. But no, like we kind of get old and we die. But we know when that's coming.
Hey Roger, is there like a bathroom around here?
Yeah. You can go behind any one of them hills.
Can you show me?
Okay.
He leans over to Bruce.
Is this one like your baby or something? Like you carried him and he needs help going to the bathroom? Like,
something like that. I can't quite qualify.
You keep explaining the shit to your friends. I'll show them where the restroom is.
Yeah.
I look at Roy and give that look of please don't do anything terrible to that man for what he has said.
Don't worry about it.
Avil says, "How far are you going, Roy?"
What?
Avil asks you, "How far are you going?"
I'll be right back. Don't worry about it.
Bruce calls after Roy as Roy goes away. Hills of them big mounds of dirt and earth, Roy. I know we don't get them much near Griffinport, but that's a hill.
Okay, so you wander off with Roger. What is it you're going for here?
I do not need to use the bathroom.
No.
I figured.
I would like...
He done a bamboozle.
Oh God, we've been a bamboozle. Once we are not in earshot, I would like to...
So yeah, if you go here and you just... Any one of these holes... We got a couple holes that are pre-dug.
I don't really need to use the bathroom, Roger.
The holes are the size of Roy.
Yeah, I don't know how you use those anyway. What is it you want, kid?
So I was wondering, because I'm not around Goliaths a whole lot, just Bruce really, and
yeah.
I was wondering
it's
about
rare
something.
when we go out, but yeah.
I was wondering about something because, like, that dinner guy, he's, like, gonna die soon, I guess, and he just knows that?
Yeah, no, he says tonight, in fact. We had to rush this party.
How accurate are those things, usually?
Usually, up to 2 days in advance that it's time to go. That usually means that they've got, some time for travel because we try not to stay far from the mountain, and they still have to get there. But they know when when it's time to start going.
Have you ever dealt with a Goliath that had memory issues?
Like he just doesn't remember where he keeps his pouch, his money. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, sometimes that, yeah, but like our friend over there, Dylan, at one time used to go by a different name, and sometimes Bruce completely forgets that like he'll call him by the old name, and it's a lot of things, but it definitely feels like he's having a memory issue.
Do halflings not have old problems with their brains in old ages?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't met very many halflings that have made it that far.
Oh, well, I can't tell you, but no, it's not. It's not normal. Like I said, we're hardy people, but it happens.
So what? So
Like, I think it happens to just about anybody who gets old.
so would that affect like his ability to tell when he's going to just go?
I have not seen it do so. Whatever is the mechanism in us that does this, it doesn't seem to go through the brain so much as like the soul.
It's just kind of like a feeling, I guess.
Yeah.
Well-
Are you worried about something, kid?
I don't know. He's made it very clear that he probably won't be around with us for much longer, but he, I mean, obviously he hasn't given us like a day or anything like that, but he seems to be, like I said, with his memory, he's deteriorating a little bit, and he's very much against the fact that he is doing that. Like, he's in denial of it almost. Like, he refuses to acknowledge that there are things that are happening to him that he does not remember. And I don't quite know how to deal with that. And I was hoping you would.
He puts... he gets down on his knees so that he can put his hand on your shoulder.
I stumble.
He's very gentle, but yeah, you realize that it's too much weight already. He takes some off. He's like,
Hey, I don't know if you've dealt with somebody who it was their time. It looks like you guys are some hardy boys and you've probably seen your fair share of fighting, but this is gonna be different. But someday, yeah, you're gonna lose people, and there ain't nothing you can do about that.
I've got it.
What you need to know though is that if that happens that way, they lived a good full life. There's nothing more they needed to do or give to you, but it's gonna be hard on you because you're the only one still here.
Yeah, I know something of what that's like.
And answer your question. Sometimes things just happen.
I'm more used to things just kind of happening suddenly than watching them happen slowly.
Yeah, they don't always. You kind of have to learn that one firsthand. And anyway, that's I don't know what to tell you other than sometimes it helps to think about it before it happens, so that when it happens, you can help them do it gracefully rather than make it about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead of you so it doesn't look like I watched you poop. Do you have any more questions?
No, that's really all I got. But now that I'm here, I do actually have to poo, so I'm gonna need you to keep going.
That's good.
he takes his hand and just like digs a big trench with it and throws it some out of the way. It's like,
that one's more your size. Take it easy, man.
I can still fit in there, but thank you.
Makes sense.
At least it's new. You don't have to worry about falling into a used shit trench.
Yeah.
At the same time this is happening, Dylan, Avil stayed behind, and she kind of goes in front of you. She tries to tap you on the shoulder, realizes that doesn't work, and then waves her hand to get your attention.
Does a 21 athletics check grapple Denier?
Fucking let's find out. I'm giving him the regular stats, but I'm making him roll things with disadvantage because he's real old. It does, bud. You got Denier by like the back of hit, like at the same time she's trying to tap on his shoulder, you tap him on his shoulder, and he spins around surprisingly quick to get you in a grip, but you are currently having the upper hand. Avil has gotten Dylan's attention. Can I speak with you, Dylan?
Sure. That's Denier, by the way. That's Defar. That's to wherever you are. How to get that in? What's up?
This is not a good way to start our conversation. Avil... she was like,
Avil just disappears.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's not often I get to say something away from Roy, so I wanted to take this chance.
I'm scared.
Yeah, to be blunt, Dylan, I've come to threaten you, but I know how that goes with you, so we'll skip it. I've seen people who try.
Oh, yeah. Let's not.
Learning.
So simply put, I've come to tell you some things. First, I'm sorry that I snapped at you a few days ago. It was unfair of me, but I hope to explain it, if you let me get through it all.
Yeah, sure. I kind of moved past that, but apology accepted and all that.
Moving past something doesn't mean you've healed from it. It just means you're avoiding it.
I'm pretty good right now.
Bruce sits up. Somebody say my name.
Well,
Okay, well, you often forget that I'm always here with Roy, watching. I've known you almost as long as Roy has. I was here when you acted without telling us about the bomb. I was there when you endangered your own life to save your wife, leaving us behind.
I was there when you stole the compass out from under our noses, and I have watched you leading us into certain danger all in the name of your past. And while Roy chooses to believe in you despite this, I do not. That's why I nominated Grimm. You've done nothing but directly oppose my one goal since I've met you. This is starting off harsh, but I have every reason to hate you, Dylan. And sometimes I do not hide that well. But do you know the real reason why I don't like you? Despite all that.
You just listed a bunch of reasons why you don't like me, and now you're going to tell me the real reason you don't like me, so I'm very interested.
It's because you remind me too much of me, Dylan. It is because within you, I see every mistake I have made. I sought the mantle to heal my world, and in my anger and fear I made rash decisions. I forced an enemy djinn to wish us to this realm, endangering everything and everyone you and I know. I got myself and everyone under my command killed, because I knew so surely what I needed to do. Do you understand me, Dylan? Even now you are all racing to fix my mistake.
I understand. What? Yeah?
I have more, but this is a chance.
I want you to speak your mind fully. I want to hear everything.
And that brings me to my second point, Dylan. Bruce accused me and Grimm of not understanding mortality, but we understand it in a way that most mortals do not. For while you may be brought back by your gods, or more often simply continue on into your heavens, the Cid do not, the Fae, we cease to be. We rail against true death so much that I bonded to a mortal to survive. I have been watching Roy. I no longer believe he is mortal. I believe our relationship has changed him as though he had traveled to the Feywild and eaten of its fruits. Which means that Roy is more vulnerable than you, or Bruce, or Sobobos. You have friends in high churches. I understand they can bring mortals back, but me and Grimm, and I believe now Roy, will only have one chance. And if you willfully get Roy killed, I will bond to you next. I will haunt your every waking moment, which will be many, for I will never let you sleep. I just need you to be careful with what you do next.
Aviel?
Yes?
Can I be perfectly honest with you? I feel that's what we're trying to do with one another right now.
Yes.
I don't fucking like you. I respect you, but I don't fucking like you.
You've done, ever since we met, you've stopped me from the one thing that I've been trying to do, so yes, I'm on the same page with you.
Okay. I'm not joking. I'm not going to make a single joke in my entire conversation with you. I'm not laughing. This isn't fucking funny to me. You're worried about what I will do to Roy? I have seen... No. You're going to let me say this now. You're worried about me getting him killed. You're going to haunt my waking day, nightmares. You have no idea. You have traveled with me, and you apparently know me as long as Roy, but you apparently don't understand. You don't understand me, and that is fine. And I'm not going to force you to understand me. I'm not going to try and sit here and explain myself to you. I won't. But if there's one thing I'm going to do with every fiber of my fucking being is protect Roy. Because I've seen what happens when a patron says they have more power than, and that they are in charge, and that their will must be followed. I understand you made mistakes. You're trying to atone for them. But No. See, Aviel, I don't understand Roy as good as I should. I really wish I did. We're very diametrically opposite in a lot of things. But I see him like the brother I never got to have because I have been...
You think that warlocks, that the power was in your patron. I don't exist without Roy. Your patron
needs you to act upon the world because he cannot come here. The power is in your hands, Dylan. I'm begging you, Dylan, to not get Roy obliterated.
And I am saying that is the one thing I will never do. But apparently, no matter how much I say that I care about Roy, no matter how much I say that I want to make sure he's okay, and no matter how much I've done...
Dylan, I believe that now, but your past has done every bad thing that has happened to me and Roy, without you meaning it, has been your fault.
If you can put all of the blame upon a single person, trust me, I do that to myself plenty without your help, then you are the one that's blind to the dangers of the world, because I'm doing everything in my power, because I know how much of pain I've caused these people. So stop blaming me.
I'm moving past blame, Dylan. I'm asking you, because we elected you as leader, to make sure that you focus on something, and it is to protect these people you love.
You're asking me to do something I'm already doing and trying to do, and you're putting it upon me like I'm not doing these things. Do you understand that?
That's only a 15 to sucker punch Daenerys.
Now he's Defar.
So, it doesn't look like you and Avil are going to come to an agreement, as Defar lands in the middle of you.
Damir!
Damn it, Randall!
That was like the last bit that I had that I wanted to do. So, like, if you guys want to just mingle and chat with some Goliaths about questions, kind of like
I'm beating
Ryan
the shit
did.
out of an old man. I will have you
you're
know.
wrestling an old man. Roll again, bitch.
That was a 15.
Well, that is a 16. He finally gets the upper hand. You are covered in cake. You guys took out the cake tray. There's dates and cakes and hentar haunches because you get 4 for every hentar, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, the most drumsticks.
Yeah, and they're huge.
Yeah,
It's like ham hocks almost.
it's like a drumstick, literally the size of Roy.
You said it before I could.
So yeah, I'm just gonna like find the oldest person that's not the one who's gonna die and wrestling. As Grimm, I'm gonna find this shaman actually.
Yeah,
Grimm wants to go talk to the shaman.
You saw where Roger walked off to, so it's easy enough to find him, and you find an old. He's not as decrepit as Daenerys, but he's like he looks a little bit more like Bruce, like he's like a little bit more kept together, got some bulk still on him for a Goliath, but he's just got herbs and unguents and all these other things that like he's making smokes, and he's getting on some tribal gear that you've actually seen Bruce put on before. Oh no, you did not. You were Grimm. You weren't there yet. It is the same outfit that Bruce wore to the dinner with the king that Grimm wasn't a part of.
Yes.
Yeah, you came in just after that. But he's getting on that gear, and he's like getting ready to go out the door when you show up.
Hello. I hear you're the shaman.
Mm-hmm. You're a strange-looking human. Can I help you?
Well, yes and no. I don't have anything pressing. I was curious. I wanted to see how your magics work. You see, I'm not unfamiliar with magics myself.
Oh,
You do have magics, right?
I don't know what they are, but they work. How about that?
That's fine. I mean, one could say roughly the same for me.
As I just do some simple parlor tricks and just like, meh.
Grimm, the Chaos Mage, feeling mighty triggered.
Very impressive, I guess.
But honestly, I wanted to know, kind of more about your people. Are you all like this? Nomads?
Mostly, yeah. Yeah, we tend to stick to ourselves, because the rest of society doesn't really like people that are so big that they can accidentally break all your shit.
Fair. So, what separates you from the giants?
About 4 feet.
Depends on the giant. Yeah, about 4 feet, 8 feet, if you're a cloud giant. There's a lot to that. Are you community is the quickest answer to your question. A lot of giants are very simple in their methods of control and survival and leadership. The strongest giant leads, and our Goliaths tend to view things as a whole rather than a line of giants that all can beat the shit out of each other. That being said, there is some of that still in our society because we are giants, but yeah.
So, in your basest form, you are still giants, just the smallest giants.
That's incredibly, that is like the definition of diminutive to what I said, but I guess, yes.
I mean, this is just what I'm drawing out of it. You feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but you said the only thing that separates you is community and size, which means that on a baser level of being, you're the same.
Giants believe in two gods. There's Gog and Magog. One of the biggest differences that maybe you understand is Gog represents traits in Goliaths that other giants would consider distasteful. Gog is like, to giants, a weakness that we embrace, and it is an unselfish view of the world. We are strong, so we help those around us, and by being able to help more people, it demonstrates our strength. Because helping oneself and surviving is the weakest form of living. If you can't help others do the same, you are twice as strong, 3 times as strong, 4 times as strong as anybody who just gets by.
I appreciate that, and I do want to move over to talk about your religion here in just a second. The next statement I have, though, is not a statement of judgment, just so you're aware, but a religious difference does not change your blood. Do you understand? I'm saying that you're as different from a giant as a fox that lives in the hills is as different from a fox that lives in the plains, is what I'm receiving from you. Are you aware of what I'm trying to get at?
Why on earth do you think blood matters at all?
It's a mere curiosity is all I'm saying. This is me elaborating on why I'm saying you are essentially the same. But if your differences are more than blood, then I understand that. I get the nuance.
I think one of the problems is that as a Goliath, I don't focus much on my differences with others.
Well, they get different racial bonuses at character creation.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Well, you
disagree.
see, Grimm, giants aren't a playable race.
Apparently race is an endemic part of this thing called Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a very big problem nowadays. But
the Goliath pulls out a player's handbook.
Yeah, so this is an old player's handbook, and there's no Goliaths in it.
There's not even Dragonborn yet.
No, yes, it's 3rd edition. Back in the day when tieflings were in a monster manual. Hey, you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Oh man, I'm gonna make you a character. Come on in.
Oh, we found Jay the Goliath. There he is.
I would disagree. I think that you are quite focused on the differences, and that is in fact what you've just pointed out. But,
Maybe.
All that aside, I do want to discuss very quickly.
I guess I just don't focus on it much at all. You just kind of do, you know. But go ahead.
Would you like to know more about your god?
No. No, I would not. You're going to tell me that you've met him, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah, well, met is a loose term, but yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah, Roger said that you might be, well, he called you a know-it-all. I don't think Roger much likes you.
Probably not. I don't always, what's the word? Rub people the right way.
I don't believe that everything in this world needs deep explaining. And my beliefs on my God get me through and get my people through, so I don't really think they need to be adjusted.
That is fair. You see, I only ask Because what I am, where I'm from, we are all, let's use the word blessed, with an innate sense of wonder, curiosity, a hunger of a sort. Not necessarily for knowledge, but for satisfaction, and that leads to asking a lot of questions that probably don't need answers. I apologize if I've inconvenienced you.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm always happy to talk. In fact, I've had a good time, but I do have a good friend that I'd like to spend some time with tonight. Because it will be my last chance to do so,
Yes, he's in the middle of fighting. I believe you may know him as Sakir.
Oh, well, that actually is not the one, but...
Denier.
He is secure. Yeah, I got somewhere I need to be. I gotta go talk to Denier, too. This is the last day. You wanna come with me? I'm going back to the party. You eat?
No, but I'll go. Let's lead the way.
You should try the hentar.
I'll give it a shot.
The party goes on.
Sticks a hentar leg in his eye socket.
At this point, the game.
Yes, it is quite good.
Once the shaman arrives, there is like a little game of stone that is being played with only the elderly.
Oh man. Oh man. Dylan's just gonna watch from the outskirts of the play, away from everyone.
You ain't never seen old people beat each other like this before.
It is far more vicious than the game you guys played earlier. These men are not worried about death.
Yeah. Dylan's just watching by himself away from everyone else right now after that conversation.
The rule of not the face appears to have been completely forgotten.
Absolutely no shit's given, yeah. They're playing by the old rules.
Yeah, basically, there's no not the face rule. There's no don't break anything rule.
There's no pads.
Yeah, there's no padding.
The only rule that still exists is to try not to kill the other person.
Yeah.
Rias is just standing next to Dylan going, God damn it, Roger, I told you to fucking put on a helmet. As Bruce just fucking like Iron Man suplexes him into the ground.
Yikes. That's a German suplex. With a bridge, if I recall. And a rollover.
I'm going to throw Denier at the Goliath with the ball. That's a strength of only 18.
It happens, bud. Yeah, it happens. So Rias is standing by the rest of you guys. Is like, so that's secure, huh?
Get fucked!
Yes, that's him.
Heard a lot about him. He left this tribe long before my mom came back.
Oh no.
Where did your mom go?
Oh no. Oh.
She went. She already.
Give me
went,
that damn stone, Denier, you son of a bitch.
She already went to the mountain.
What?
A couple years ago.
Wait.
Oh no.
No. I mean, where did she come back from?
Oh, Griffinport.
Oh no.
Take that, you son of a bitch.
What's her name?
Get off me.
Her name is Bilka. She met my dad, Roger, and then settled down.
When were you born?
About 38 years ago.
Fair. Okay, yes. What's the gestation period on you? Goliaths?
The what now?
Grimm.
God, that question.
Grimm, drop it.
Come here, you little
Grimm,
fucker.
not right now.
Bitch.
Grimm.
Never mind.
Not-
I'm being told I should leave it alone.
Not right now.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I know where
Do you
you're
have
going.
any siblings?
Roger, get him down low. Get him. Get that fuck secure. Get him.
At this point, we may not be playing Stone.
The
Bruce just
stone's
has
been on
two
the
old
ground
men.
for like 5 minutes.
It's a
as you
brawl.
guys
Yeah,
are
Bruce
in a
just has
fight.
two old men in headlocks, and they're like punching him and kicking him.
There
and
was a
it's-
fumble a while back, and right now Denier is carrying a bread loaf into the circle at one end and spiking it.
I'm gonna look at Grimm real quick. I think you're absolutely correct, by the way. We should definitely just talk to Bruce about it.
We should definitely.
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 It sounded like you said definitely,
Did
and I love
I
it.
really? Yeah.
I don't know.
You did say
Definitely is my new nervous statement when Jeff is questioning someone. Because this is gonna hurt.
This is definitely a situation.
This is gonna hurt a lot.
Hey, Ryan, you alive, bud?
What's gonna hurt a lot? Hey,
Okay.
did I hit you too hard earlier when we played Stone?
No. I'm just dealing with a lot of anger and now emotions, and oh no. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Anyways,
That,
do
one
you have any
seems, that,
siblings?
that boy seems real emotional. Has anybody given him a hug lately?
He is very emotional. I don't hug people, but
We ain't all huggers. That's fair.
I'm more of a handshake kind of guy.
No.
Bruce
Don't
Bruce
do
has
it.
used a large person and is trying to get all of the old people in headlocks at once. Bruce is going for highest score.
Dylan's leaving the blast radius.
The shaman invokes the name of Gog and brings your giant to Magog form to a standstill.
Oh, what the hell? We were having fun.
We were.
Should
Well,
we
you
wrap
just
that
did
episode?
something that makes me real fucking worried about you, Secure.
Beat up an old man? Come on, we do that all the time.
We need to talk about that eye.
From the crowd, as I hear that being said, hey, did that point count?
Oh, no.
Everybody looks over at De Niro, who spiked the loaf of bread and is doing a little dance. And everybody throws their hand. All the youths throw their hands up as all the old men start arguing. And that is where we will end the episode.
Wait. As everybody's yelling, I cast message to Dylan.
Yeah.
Hey.
You kind of look around and you see a little finger like pointing out of a hole, and I say, "Hey, Dylan, can you help me out of this hole?"
Oh no! Dylan, a 90 move speed runs over there. That's his buddy. That's his buddy in a hole. This is the nightmare scenario he told me about at camp.
Hey, Tavern Goers. Thanks again for joining us for another adventure on Torchlit Tavern. Hopefully you've been listening to us leading up to Arc 4, but if not, you can always go back to our beginning, or, if you are less inclined, I have provided a summary of the story so far at the beginning of episode 50. If you are looking for other ways to listen to us, we can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Podbean, or any of your preferred podcasting services. Please continue to share, like, and most importantly rate us on whatever your preferred service may be. We have no designs on any vast empire, but the more you help, the more we can share our small, silly story with others. If you truly love our show and want to go above and beyond our dreams, you can support us on Patreon at Patreon/Torchlit Tavern, where we can reward you with bonus content, including blooper episodes, additional lore, or bonus episodes. If you wish to reach out to us, you can contact us directly at torchlittavern@gmail.com or visit our website at torchlittavern.com. We also can be found on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter by searching Torchlit Tavern. You can find me, Jameson Oxford, on Twitter at Agent Beige. You can find Ryan at Ryan SCB Santos on Twitter. You can find Jeff at Big_J_the_Badman on Twitter, and you can find Randall on Instagram at Argo Omega. Additional music used in this episode was from Incompetech.com, used under the Creative Commons license. The songs used in this episode were Wholesome, Reminiscing, and Earnest by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget, feck your warlock dear.